Hey guys, I don't look the best today, but I'm working on that. Just got some new medications for certain issues here, but anyways, enough about that. So I'm doing another video, and this video I'm entitling "What if you won the lottery?" So I was just thinking about this today, what I would do as far as what if I won the lottery, and what would be the steps and what I would be doing. So I've thought about this a lot, and one of the things is if I won like the multi-million-dollar lottery, I don't really play the lottery too much, so it's just a fantasy. Like if I bought one of the tickets for like the 200, I think 200 or 300 million, up to something like that. So I don't really recall. But if I did win that, I have a fully detailed plan of what I would do. So I'm going to go into that right now, just because I feel like it'd be kind of funny to talk about it. So the first thing I would do is I don't know if my state has this law, but I would be probably making sure that it's not announced to the public. And that would probably be a really good thing because I wouldn't want to tell anybody if I had won, millions of dollars, well, hundreds of millions of dollars in that case. So the second thing I would do is I would actually not, or I would actually contact a lawyer or some kind of attorney or something, like just to make sure everything was in order with regards to taxes, any kind of just legal matters that I would need to take care of as far as everything with that. And the third thing I would do, and this might be a little controversial, I have had a huge elaborate scheme of how I would do this, is that I would try to get fired from my job. And what do I mean by that? Well, I would be an, I'm already an asshole to customers a little bit, but I've gotten a lot better through the years. So I would be just a total asshole. I wouldn't give a fuck. I would just be, doing a lot of stuff. I'm an inbound collector for a major telecommunications company, so that's what I do for a living. Well, living, quote unquote. So I would just go all out and just be a total asshole. Um, my old plans for winning the lottery would be I would pee on desks of people that wouldn't give me promotions and stuff, but I don't really think that would be necessary. My anger issues as far as all that stuff have been dissipated a lot. So, or have dissipated a lot, I should say. So, in regards to that, I don't know how I would get fired, but it would be it would be kind of neat because I would just fuck with people so much without any kind of risk of lawsuit. Because like if I did certain things in my job, I know that I'd risk maybe a lawsuit for certain ways that of doing things, and I would try not to do that, violate anything that would cause that. So of course, winning the lottery, if they found out that I'd won $300 million or whatever, the fucking 280 million or whatever the hell it is, the Powerball, that I could easily get sued for some of the stuff I'd want to do. But I would just be a dick and just get fired for that. Have people ask for a manager every call because I'd be making fun of their accent and shit. Like, hey, what? No, I'm from North Carolina. Got to turn my phone back on. You what? So I'd be fucking with them and just being a total dick. So that would be my first day. Like, let's say I won it at night and I knew I'd won. It was registered. I wouldn't tell a soul. So the second day, that would be probably the first day. And the second day would be probably not telling anybody and getting a lawyer and all that. The third thing would be trying to get fired from my job just for fun. And maybe I'd be nice, and buy people at work something just as far as being a nice person. I don't know. More on that later. So that's the first day, and I'd get fired or just quit, whatever. I don't know what I would do, honestly, because I have a lot conflicting emotions about that. So the next thing I would do is I would actually, man, my face looks terrible, but I got some medication. that will clear it up. But it looks fucking horrible today. It wasn't looking as bad in earlier videos. Every few months I go through kind of a flare up and it kind of goes down, you know, with medication or whatever. But I got some new shit, so I'm gonna be starting that pretty soon, or the next 24 hours, that is. So the third thing I would do is I would live normally. I would probably just pretend that I got fired or quit my job and not tell any friends or family what's going on because it'd be kind of funny. And I would just be like living my life normally. Well, I rent a room in my friend's house. It's like a huge attic room, pretty much. So what I would do is just live normally. I'd just be like, yeah, you know, I quit my job or I fired my, you know, whatever I did, I decided to do, and I would just live normally for about a month. This is what I would do. So for about a month, I would probably play video games, wake up and just fucking, because I read books, go downtown where I live, go to coffee shops and just sit there and read books most of the day, go out to restaurants, probably work out, you know, a little bit more than, I would probably take at least a week or two just fucking being the laziest piece of shit ever known to man. And, you know, I'm already the second laziest piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. But, so I would do that, you know, for a week. I would just do whatever the fuck I wanted. It would just be decompression time for at least a couple of weeks. And the second, or no, after that, I would probably, oh God. So I don't know if it would last a couple weeks. It'd be kind of like a vacation, you know. I would just go downtown and read books and go to my martial arts class, probably a little bit more. I wouldn't work out that much at first. I would just be like kind of decompressing, reading books, relaxing, whatever, you know, for 2 weeks at least. For 2 weeks to a month, I would just be relaxing and shit. Not telling anybody I won lottery, because if I could get away with that, I don't know. So after about a month of that bullshit, which would be fun bullshit, I would probably, well, another thing I do the first month is just go to bars like every night and just do whatever, you know. Have fun just going out and meeting people, you know, try to do that a little bit more than I do now. And probably take me a few weeks just because I would just be so lazy just fucking watching stuff and just, I would Netflix binge for like a 3 weeks straight probably of all sorts of shows and all that shit. Just do whatever the fuck I wanted. Probably do some music stuff too, like I always do, but you know, just do a lot of different stuff. So after about a month of just diddling around and shit, I would go on a quest for self-improvement that would rival anything else I've done before. But before I did that, I'd probably visit some friends and family I haven't seen in a long time because I'd be able to afford plane tickets wherever the fuck I wanted. I'd get first class, you know, just do whatever the hell I wanted. So I would do that for a couple weeks, and then I would go on a self-improvement quest. So what I mean is I'd go to like maybe Tony Robbins seminar. I'd go to the Landmark Forum, which is very controversial, but I would never do Scientology, even though I could afford it. Wouldn't do that. So after that, you know, I'd take some of these pickup artist boot camps. I'm being honest here, just because it would help me approach women and stuff, and I was always curious about that kind of thing. More on that in future videos. But anyways, that's probably losing a few people. I don't give a fuck. So go to Anthony Robbins, you know, all those kinds of things. These neurolinguistic programming places, get hypnotized. I would just do all sorts of stuff. Get a personal trainer. Just do all sorts of shit. Just fucking go all out with all that stuff. And I would estimate at least, I don't know if I would do that every week because I'd be trying to do my music thing too and all the creative endeavors I have. But I would do that at least for, shit, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months, just do all this sorts of stuff like that. And I would spend, you know, probably, you know, maybe 20 grand on all that stuff, maybe maximum, just doing all these different things, you know, getting a clothing, what do they call the stylist, fucking just doing all sorts of shit. I'll just do that for months straight. Just do all sorts of self-improvement stuff. All the stuff you can think of. Fucking waxing my testicle hair. I don't fucking know. Just do everything I could do for self-improvement. I'd get I'd get more tattoos as well. Like I always wanted to get. Um, so I'd be doing that 4 or 5 months. Um, and people would obviously know that I have some money for some reason, and I would then focus on creative endeavors. You know, I don't know if I would actually. That first month might last 2 months because I would just want to fucking decompress from years of working at a cubicle and shit. But I'd focus on creative endeavors after that. I'd obviously buy some kind of house. I really want a castle. I'd probably have someone build me a castle somewhere in the Midwest. Have an apartment or some kind of apartment in Europe, and then one like in the South where it's warmer here in the United States. I don't know. That's pretty much my goal with that. Or no, in the Pacific Northwest, I'd probably have something. So I'd have various places to live. I wouldn't spend my money immediately because I would probably, other than self-improvement stuff, which is a few, tens of thousands of dollars. It's not millions. So, well, it could go higher than that. Who knows? But the next thing I would do is probably invest in businesses while I'm doing that creative stuff, or at stocks, because I wouldn't want to lose my money, because I heard a lot of these people lose their money, and that's like within a couple of years they go bankrupt and shit. People that win the lottery, they just don't know how to handle it. So as far as that stuff goes, I would definitely invest in a lot of stuff. Would I give friends and family money? Of course. Would I be a philanthropist? I don't know. Not at first, at least. That's a controversial thing. I wouldn't. There'd be projects I'd probably want to promote. Like, I believe in like alternate energy and stuff. I'd probably give some money to that. I'd probably just form my own company with that shit if I had $300 million and research groups and stuff. But I would invest. But that would be one of the things I do. I'd make a movie. These films. I mean, I would even help people out, some of my friends out with some of their projects. Some their movies or their music ideas or something. I got friends that I just think their music's totally underrated. Excuse me. Some of my close friends. I'd help them out with that. Form some businesses around here even, and just do whatever the fuck I wanted. Because I have a lot of ideas about businesses and just different ideas. So that would be number one, first and foremost, after that month of decompression, and maybe even at the same time I'm doing the self-improvement stuff, because I wouldn't do that every week, go to these seminars and shit. So what would be the next thing? So that would be pretty much it. My music stuff, obviously, fuck, I could do anything pretty much then. I could form a band in Europe. I would get more lessons from more professional, like, I could probably pay like someone, shit, I could even like John Petrucci or someone like that fucking tens of thousands of dollars for lessons just to fucking, I don't know, it would be crazy. But I would put together all sorts of projects and stuff, just musical projects and shit, just to have fun, try to do some kind of super groups and stuff, and be a promoter as well. I would promote stuff. I'd promote shows and stuff, and that would be a lot of fun. That'd probably be after like the fifth month of after self-improvement stuff, when I'm starting to do business stuff and promote shows, do a promotion company. I don't know how, the sky's the limit with, $200 million or whatever the Powerball is. So what would be some of the material things I'd buy? Oh, well, I already mentioned the castle, and I don't know about that. So there's basically 3 cars I want, and it's really geeky and cheesy that I would mention this, but I'm not really a big fan of Supernatural that much anymore, but I think it's pretty cheesy. But I'd buy a '68 Chevy Impala black. I'd buy a DeLorean 1981 DMC whatever. I'd buy what car is that? I think it's Ferrari Testarossa 1986 white Testarossa, like Miami Vice. I'd buy all 3 of those cars. I would buy them. Oh shit. Hopefully my internet's okay. And then I'd buy all sorts of music equipment. Mesa fucking Mark V, Mesa Mark III, all the 7-string classic guitars by Steve Vai and Petrucci and all that shit. Maybe just 4 or 5 of those. Acoustic Ovation acoustic guitars. I'd make a. I mean, obviously I could pay for a studio, music studio. I'd have that in my built mansion, which would be. I don't know if that would be the castle or what. It'd probably be the castle. My ultimate fantasy would be to have a European music festival, have a castle that's open part of the year for tourists, but also live in it part of the year in Scotland or some shit, and have a music festival there on a fucking drawbridge, which would be the stage over a moat. And this has been my fantasy for a long time. I'm not even going to go into the other fantasies I had about this castle because they're kind of X-rated. But anyway, so that'd be my fantasy about the castle, or that's my fantasy about the castle that I would have. And obviously, for stage setups for my own band, I'd have fucking the best stage shit ever. I'd probably want to go for something like Kiss Alive 2, kind of with explosions. And I actually want a castle for that, too, if I can afford that shit. A castle stage setup. That would probably be a little too much money for $200 million it costs for the whole thing or some shit. I don't know. But, yeah, I would figure it out with all that. Because I'd be investing. I'd invest in some of the legal pot stuff, because that seems to be going up. All sorts of stocks and bonds. All sorts of fucking investments in companies. I would just be... I wouldn't want to just start with $2 million and end with fucking $5 million. I'd want to start with $2 million and make more money, make investment. So philanthropy, well, I don't know. I don't know. I would, like I said before, I don't know if I'd give to any political candidates. Well, third party candidates I would. Like third parties, I would try to support that. Charities, well, yeah, I'd probably do some stuff. I want to help out. One of my fantasies, one of my goals or dreams is to help out guys that are bad with the ladies, so I form a foundation for the Japanese 40-year-old virgins. No, I'm just kidding. That seems to be a phenomenon. I don't know. I do all sorts of stuff. I'd probably, at that point, probably about after a year or two of just doing whatever the hell I wanted, I'd probably want to give back a lot. I'd give back to Madison, the Kung Fu studio I go to. I'd pay for upgrades with that. I would do a lot for maybe my own community. Think globally, act locally, all that shit, But yeah, I would do that. So I don't know. That's just it. I just wanted to get that out there because it would just be awesome. And to have that month off, that first month, just knowing that I have all this money and just going out there and just fucking like socializing, doing whatever. It would be a blast. I would have so much fun. I'd invite friends I haven't seen for a long time, come out with me, fucking go out with them, visit them on, where they live, and just have a blast. It would just be so much fun just to be able to do whatever the hell you wanted. And obviously, 3 months, or, I'd say 1 to 3 months of just having a blast. Then the self-improvement can come after that, because I would want to just fuck around for a while. But anyways, that's my video. It's just a video I thought of today. I don't know if it's any worth anything, but I don't give a fuck, I just want, maybe one day I will win the lottery. I'll be watching this video again and see how bad my acne is because I, had plastics. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, that's it.